Even mushy. Frosted mini wheats are still delicious.
Oh, wow. He is ready for a nap. So Oliver has his 6-month appointment today. We are going to head over there in a little bit, but I just wanted to get on and update you guys a little bit about him and what's been going on ever since he was born. Now, if you didn't know, he was born at 37 weeks. I had what is called intrahepatic cholestasis of pregnancy. I do have a video on that, which I will link down below. He had to be born at 37 weeks, and that was definitely an experience. I talk about that a little bit in that video, as well as in my birth story video. You can go and see that, link below as well. After I gave birth in my local hospital, we had to be transferred to OHSU, where he was put into the NICU unit there. That whole ordeal was about 2 weeks long. We brought him home November, I think it was a weekend, I think it was a Sunday, so I think it was November 3rd. He was small. He was in the lower percentile of everything, and he actually qualified for a program called home health and early intervention. So basically making sure that he's meeting all of the milestones he should be meeting, when he should be meeting them, checking to make sure that there are no developmental issues. And he has been having this is gonna get TMI, so if you're squirmish about that, you might want to like fast forward a little bit. But he has been having very hard, not hard, but like solid nuggets of poop. I mean, he still kind of has all of those looser poops too. All those looser bowel movements are still there. They're just not as often as they used to be when he was on formula and breast milk alone. But now he is like every, I don't know, 2 or 3 poops between the softer ones, he has just these like hard little nuggets. And I'm just like, am I not supposed to feed him certain foods? I'm gonna talk to the doctor about it. He's been fine. He hasn't seemed constipated or anything. He has been pooping. It's just some of them are more solid than others. Also, I'm concerned that he might have eczema or sensitive skin. You can tell from my face, I don't know if it's rosacea or what it is, but I've always, since I can remember, have had red discoloration on my skin. I'm concerned that he's gonna have the same kind of sensitive skin that I have. So I'm gonna talk to the doctor about a small rash that he has on his ankle. He's had it for quite a while. It's not like a red rash, it's just like rough skin. So I'm not sure if that's eczema or what that is actually. So we're gonna talk about that. My cereal is turning to mush. Even mushy. Frosted mini wheats are still delicious. He does already have 2 teeth. He has 2 bottom teeth right now, so he's teething like crazy. He cut those when he was about 4 months old, so they came in pretty early. And I haven't noticed any other teeth yet, but I think the top ones aren't far from coming in. He's been kind of fussy because of that, and he has been wanting to bite everything in sight. So needless to say, we stopped breastfeeding at about 4.5 to 5 months. After those teeth started coming in, he kind of chomped down a little bit, so I'm like, okay, we're done, which wasn't too big of a shock to him or me anyway, because since he was a NICU baby, I had to do a lot of pumping, and I just wasn't producing very much because of the anxiety and the stress and my late start at it, because I didn't know what I was doing, because I'm a first-time mom and nobody told me what to expect. He had been on formula in the NICU anyway, so we just continued that, so it wasn't much of a shock to either one of us. Some of the other 6-month things, milestones that he's supposed to be hitting, playing with his toes, he's definitely doing that. He has discovered his feet, and one of his favorite things to do is grab his toes and try his damnedest to put his foot in his mouth. Bringing things to his mouth, maybe everything, yep, absolutely. If you give him something, he will put it in his mouth. Passing objects from one hand to the other, he is starting to do that. He will have his teething toy and he can grab them with both hands, and he kind of transfers them a little bit. Rolling over in both directions. So far, he's only rolling over to his left side. He has not rolled over to his right side that I have seen yet. So we're working on that. We're also working on getting him to roll from his stomach to his back. Sitting up assisted with good head control, or even sitting on his own. He has great head control. He can sit supported, but he's not yet sitting fully on his own. Like, we can let him sit on his own for like 2 seconds before he face plants into the bed, but he's doing pretty good with that. Laughing, he is starting to laugh, and it is the cutest thing I have ever heard in my life. I am so excited for baby giggles. Interacting with the baby in the mirror, aka himself. Every time I'm holding him, I'll take him over to the mirror and let him look and play and see himself. And he kind of talks to himself sometimes. Most of the time he just stares, but I need to get one that I can actually put on the floor next to him so that he can see himself. We do like selfies a lot, so he'll see himself in the camera all the time, and he's very interested in that too. Babbling, stringing together vowel sounds at first, then adding some consonants. He is, I swear, his first words were beer. He hasn't said it again, but that first time that he said it, my husband and I just looked at each other and we're like, yes, that was beer. That was what he said. He talks all the time. He likes to just talk to the TV. He talks to the dogs. He talks to us. It's so adorable. Holding a bottle, or more likely trying to help hold it. Yes, absolutely. He, in the NICU, actually was holding his own bottle, which was super cute. He lately has been trying to help hold his bottle. It's still a little heavy for him, so he can't hold it up all the way. And he's still having a hard time actually getting things in his mouth when he tries to bring them to his mouth. Like the bottle, he can kind of like put it up in that area, but he can't quite get that nibble in his mouth. At the 6-month appointment, baby's due for additional immunizations, several different doses of everything. So he's going to need a lot of extra cuddles this weekend for sure. Vaccines recommended by the CDC include the DTaP, or the diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis, the IPV, which is polio, PCV13, which is pneumococcal disease, Hep B, hepatitis B, and the RV rotavirus, depending on the vaccine given. And I don't want to get too controversial with all of the shots and everything like that. My husband and I have decided to do what we think is best for our baby in the area that we live and with the people that we've been around. We are giving him the shots, all the shots that are recommended by the CDC. We do give him vitamin D drops, although I did run out and I could not find any on Amazon. They were completely out. So I need to try and look again to see if I can find a replacement. And that's pretty much it. As soon as we go to the appointment, I will come back on and we will go over what we learned and what we talked about and where we go from here. You're gonna get some shots today? Yeah, I'm sorry, baby. We're currently in, what is today? April 24th? I think it's the 24th. We will chat after the doctor. Hi, are you ready for your doctor's appointment? He's like, you guys are crazy. Hi, Bubba. I had to take my mask off for him to recognize my face. This is our new normal right now. So this is my Corona outfit for the day. I got a hoodie on, just a zip-up hoodie. It's from Stampin' Up, my other crafty channel. I've just got one of my really nice t-shirts that were recommended by Jordan Page. They cover the bum, which is nice. I've got some leggings on, and then I have my hiking socks and my hiking boots just because they're easy and I think they go decently with leggings. Oh wow. Look at you. No, you can't eat it. Yeah? Oh my goodness. Yeah. So he has a very slight heart murmur, which he did have when he was in the NICU and it went away, but it's back now, so they're gonna have another pediatrician listen in and see what they think. We're home. It was pretty good. Hang on, I'll update you in a minute. I gotta wash my hands. Yeah, he got 2 in the right leg and 1 in the left leg. So I asked the nurse about the flu shot, and first she said that she wasn't sure. She would ask. She doesn't know if we wanted to wait or not. And I asked, should we wait? Garrett was like, yeah, we probably don't want to give it to him all at once. And so the doctor said, she said that he won't even need to worry about the flu shot for like a year. So he is 25.5 inches tall. He's 14 3/4 pounds. Temperature was 98.5. I had all these questions going in, and then I completely forgot to ask her about certain things. So the shots he had were the rotavirus, which was oral. They spilled some on his shirt, and he kind of dribbled out quite a bit, so I don't know how much actually got in his mouth. And he got polio vaccine, the DTaP vaccine, diphtheria, tetanus, and pertussis, Hep B, which was his last Hep B, and then PCV13, pneumococcal conjugate. So he's still in the lower percentile for weight and height, but he shot up in terms of his head. So he has a big head. He's in like the 75th percentile for head. And he's still in like the 10th to 15th percentile for his weight and height. But he does still have a slight heart murmur. Yeah, so she brought in a pediatrician to check and see how, you know, what they thought. And basically, it's just something they're watching right now. It's not anything to be concerned about. The pediatrician said even when in the next 1, 2, 3, 5 years, it's not really something to be concerned about. Maybe when he's 40, it's something to watch for. But it did it lessened when they sat him up. So that's a good sign for whatever it was. They talked about stills versus POF or PFO, or yeah, the different types, I guess. And then the nugget poops, she said that we're probably giving him too much fiber all at once, like banana and apple and oatmeal and all that stuff. So we need to kind of spread out the banana and spread out the apple and do more like mango and pear and peaches. Yeah, not pear. I think peach was one she said was good. He is ready for a nap. Just outside now, taking a little walk, getting some fresh air. Woo, bug. It is early afternoon on Friday. Feels good to get outside. It's a little overcast. It just kind of makes me feel like I'm camping again to be out here in the overgrowth, walking in the overcast weather. So I hope you enjoyed that 6-month update, and be sure that you like this video if you liked it. Hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon so you can be notified when I upload future videos. Thanks for joining us today. Bye.